This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete Biscuit! It's Jimmy from Boston. We break the top 200 for the first time in forever. And then we have our 300 show, and you go and roll out a no-loose, Skyped-in, nose-hair, crow-shitting snooze fest. So congrats, boys. Here's the 300 more. Later.
How did I get here? Letting the days go by. Let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by. Water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone.
All right, Pete and Sebastian Show. I'm comedian Pete Correale hanging out with comedian Sebastian Maniscalco. We come to you once a week here on Sirius XM, and then it becomes a podcast that, bro, is climbing.
It's climbing for sure, and I'd really like to get into the pleasantries to start off the show, but I just received some disturbing photos via Pete's cell phone of the accommodations that he was living in while writing on the TV show, and I was going to save this for later, but it's so alarming I thought we'd just start right in on it. Unfortunately, there's no video to kind of walk you along what I'm seeing, so I'm going to post this up on our fan page on Facebook, and hopefully you guys will find it there at the Pete and Sebastian Show. But I don't know, there's about 9 photos here, kind of documenting the. It's not even a living room. There's no semblance of rooms here. It's just one space, I would call it, with random shit peppered throughout. We got a sneak peek of this early on, and I posted one photo, but you've done a 360-degree look at this place, and you just need to start explaining yourself.
Well, that's exactly it. This is Lou. Can we get some Vietnam music, please? This was my Nam. This is what I had to go through. I had a plan. The plan was to keep the rent cheap. Everyone else on the Kevin Can Wait show was stuck with full leases. I didn't want to get stuck with that. And I didn't want to have any TV. Beautiful, Lou. No distractions. And when I wasn't in the studio, I wanted to be writing my show. Just totally zoned in. And if I could come away at the end of the season with my script, that was the goal. And I did. I came out of Nam with what I needed to. But I thought in my last 2 nights there, I drank a bunch of Heinekens. Tall boys, because that's what they sell at the Mexican deli around the bend. And I figured I'd do a virtual reality slideshow of my time there. No disrespect to the soldiers. Come on, I'm just having some fun. And I wanted to walk you through these, bro, and I wanted to be brutally honest with what we're dealing with. So we're going to start, and these are going to be up online, so if you happen to be at home and you're in front of your computer, you can go to the Pete and Sebastian Facebook, and they're going to go chronologically through order here, and we'll walk through them. So the first shot you're looking at, let me walk you through that, bro. You see that? I talked to you about that yellow bag. That's my garbage bag. Now, that little white table and those 2 chairs, every night I would come home, no matter how late or early it was, and I would sit there and just sit there, and that's all I would do. And that was where I was at. And right upstairs is Paula. Let's swipe to the next photo. Now this is from the.
Come on, man. I mean, let me paint a picture. There's so much in this that you've skipped over. Let's start with the kettle on the stove. And the stove looks like, I don't know if that's the plug from the stove, as that's a random plug just hanging there, laying across one of the heat plates there.
All right, that cord you're looking at, believe it or not, is the refrigerator. The refrigerator made so much goddamn noise, and I wasn't cooking there. I had no food there, nothing. Only thing I would ever have, I have a shot in my fridge there. I think I have a couple beers in there and some milk. So what I would do at night, I would unplug the fridge, and I would take my milk, and if I had a few beers or whatever, and I'd put them in the freezer. So by the time morning came, they would still be cold from the freezer. and then I plug the stupid fridge back in, and I take it and put the stuff back in the fridge part. And that was
Okay, so Pete, what has happened is he unplugs his refrigerator and he lays the cord of the refrigerator right over the stove, where, God forbid, if that were to light up, the place goes in flames, right? I mean,
if that place lit up, then everybody would be thanking me.
First of all, is the positioning of the refrigerator the way it was when you moved in, or did you angle that to some weird angle? Why is it jetting out of the space there?
I didn't touch anything. That's how it is. It's kitty corner, and that little window above it, that's where their deck is. So, like, one weekend only ever was I stuck there, and it was warm weather, and I would just see their feet all day out that window because I couldn't get up there to close that shade. And, they would let the neighbors over, so I'd see little kids running around above me. I'm telling you, I felt like I was in, prison, and they're playing above me.
Yeah, it's such randomness on the kitchen counter, like stuff that you probably shouldn't have on a kitchen counter, like, there's some finalia there. I don't even know if you knew that was, that was a shot.
Finalia is Italian for paraphernalia.
We should all be doing crack to stay in this fucking place.
God, there's a computer charger laying there. It looks like there's bottles of lotion there by the water. It looks like there's a script or something that, again, could light on fire right next to the stove. There's a lot of fire hazards throughout Pete's kitchen.
Nothing is in the cabinets, though. That's all I have. That's a big candle. That's some Nicorette gum. Over to the left is a mug, some Lysol wipes, some Febreze, and some soap, dude. That was it. I mean, that's how I lived for 8 months with nothing.
I know, and I'm very disturbed by it because I get it. I get the whole, hey, I don't want to spend money on a temporary place. I'm only here for whatever 8 months, but I mean 8 months might as well be a year. It's, you know, you can get a year lease and get something that, you know, you could actually, you know, I mean, if I had to come home to this, I would sleep in my car.
No, that's a valid. That's valid. That's a valid comment, bro.
I mean, like when you came home, did you go, oh, man, I can't wait to get to the kitchen?
No, I mean, no, I didn't.
Okay.
When I start to walk you through it, I'll tell you more. I mean, yeah, there does, dude, it's a disease, man. And, like, even Watt sent that text that I haven't responded to where he's like, Pete, it's a problem, the white trash. I mean, you're making good money and it's like, I don't know. I think it's, like, cool to live like that. Like, look at me, look at what I can do, but it's not, guy. It's not.
Yeah, no, this is so far from cool. I mean, this is
it's fucking disrespectful to yourself.
It's to your daughter.
She don't know about this guy. Even when I do FaceTime with her, I would always be up close. She could only see my face.
No, but I mean, we're gonna put these online. If someone that you know, the parents that go to school with her, they go, yeah, we saw where your father lives, and this ain't looking good for you, kid. I mean, like, this is. There's another shot here as we scroll through of your bed, of course, with no frame, and I don't know where you got that blanket. Looks like something a grandmother made, but why do we even bother making the bed here? It's like putting cologne on shit.
It's the weirdest thing, bro. I would make the bed every morning as soon as I got up. You know, you can. It's like if you're got no money but you got a house, you can still clean the trash off the front lawn, right? That's what I'm saying.
But what did you do? Have to get on your knees to make the bed? The thing is
over.
on the floor.
I know, man. Well, I know. And then what I would do, too, the first blanket, because while I put the sheet down, I had to do something with the blanket, I would drape it over a chair, because God forbid it touched the floor. Oh God.
My God. What's the blue thing, which is, you would call
my nightstand?
Your nightstand, which is looks like a computer box.
The box, which is the nightstand, that's what the mattress came in. It's one of those mattresses that's foam, and then when you open it up, it gets airs open. So I'm like, why not just make it a nightstand? Now, the blue pillow is one of those pillows that you put in between your legs at night. Jackie calls it my Snuggie, which is embarrassing. But because my knees, when I lay on my side, my knees, like, they hit and it hurts. So that, like, gives me a little space in between. Bro, I'm being very vulnerable, man. We're down
this
to
is
111 in the podcast rankings. I feel it's time to peel more of the onion.
Yeah, no, this is we're getting a real personal sneak peek here at Pete's life on a day-to-day.
Not a day-to-day, guy. It was a temporary 8-month thing. And you keep saying I lived there. I didn't live there. I was laying my head there.
8 months, man. That's not like 3 weeks. I'm gonna crash, and this is months, bro. We're approaching a year here. I mean, this is come on.
Yeah, it's an DWI sentence. 8 months.
And the white trash can of beer. I'm sorry. Anything larger than. No. When you're getting like tall beers, like anything that's past like the 16-ounce normal beer can, when you're getting those like tower beers, that's we need to put the brakes on here. This is not.
That's a 24 ounce. I was getting 24 ounces when I would have a few beers like once every couple of weeks. I'd get like 4 of those puppies. And I'm telling you, man, it is nice to grab your beer over and over, and there's still beer in it. I tell you, the last week I had a few beers in the nice hotel I was at, and they were regular 6-pack of beer. When you've been drinking these for a while, and then you go and drink a regular can, it felt like a thimble. I'm like, what is it, 12 ounces? It's a gulp.
Yeah, I forgot they're even 12 ounces. So this is the type of beer can where you're drinking it, and there's so much beer in the damn thing. By the time you're done with it, it's warm.
By the time you're done with it, it's warm, guy. Lou, you pound the 40s, right? Sometimes, or
Yeah, but they do tend to get warm and flat by the time you get to the bottom. I'd rather have it fresh.
They do. You know what I would do, Sebastian? I would buy 2 Heinekens, and then I would buy 2 Buds, and I would drink the 2 Heinekens first because they tasted better, but the Buds were a little cheaper. So then I would go switch over to Bud after my taste buds were shot, so it didn't matter. I mean, I could siphon from the tailpipe after that.
Man, so you even thought it out so far in advance that the 2 you can't get 4 Heinekens. You go, I'll get 2 because I ain't gonna taste it, and I'll save an extra 30 cents. This is the type of you would have thought you lived through the Depression.
Dude, it's a little bit more than that too. It's a patriotic thing too. I can't go with 4 Heinekens. Fuck the Dutch, I mean, you got to keep Bud going, right? There's a responsibility to have a few Buds every night. Every American should. But no, I hear you. I know. But listen, it served its purpose, man. It was so. Dude, I would sit there and I would put on Netflix. I'm like, let me just watch a little Netflix, and I'd sit in that white hard chair. And I'd look around. Wait till I even get into some shit, bro. I gotta tell you some other shit here. And I'd be like, this is fucking. What am I doing? Just right. And I would make myself do it. And that was the plan, It was like you got to go to prison. Some guys go to prison just to get a college degree.
Yeah, no, and also some authors or some writers go to a ski chalet and look outside.
Is that where you took your feathered pen to write Stay Hungry?
Not at all, but I mean, man, this is like really, it would disturb me the most in these photos is when you open these 2 doors and it looks...
that's what I want to get into.
What is behind these doors, bro? I thought it was gonna be a closet, and it looks like somewhere. Go ahead, explain it,
bro. It's the hot water heater. It's the boiler for the house. It's all that shit, right? And here's the deal: when I rent it, and this is the reason why I don't feel guilty doing a slideshow, even though Paula was very kind to me, because this behemoth, the door was closed. And I didn't even need the closet space I had. You saw I folded my clothes and laid them on the floor there on a tray. I do. The minute you put clothes in the closet there or put stuff in the cabinet is the minute you're saying you're accepting this shit. And that's not what I was doing. It was a survival. So this thing, first 3 months I'm there, it's still warm weather, so I don't hear a thing. All of a sudden, the first cold night, you hear, Lou, you got that audio? That's it, bro. I recorded it. That's the boiler. And it would go on and off every 30 minutes. And when it would kick on for like 10 minutes in the middle of the night. Granted, that's with the door open. With the door closed, it's a little more muffled. So I had to buy earplugs And every night I had to put earplugs in just to muffle the sound of the boiler, which was, well, what are we talking? That's 4 feet from my face. Look at that nasty shit. And you scroll in on that too? There's who knows what's in there. It's disgusting. And I go, Rod, what's up with the boiler? And he goes, it's not that loud. I go, it's not that loud? And then I'm like, you know what? You're paying $1,000 a month. You knew what you were getting into. You can't, what are you going to argue? It's like being in a welfare hotel and saying, no turn down service? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm scrolling in on this, in the wall behind it, on the cement wall. What is that, locusts? What the hell is living on the wall, bro?
Oh, man.
Is that webs?
There was bugs. I had a photo. I can't find it, but I caught a bug, and I took a photo of it because I put it in a bag. Every night when I would open up the door at night, there would be a couple of bugs of some sort. And I would have to kill them. And it really, bro, it got to the point where it was like, no big deal. I just come in, kill them, and then go back. Now, you see that door open there, the next photo with the staircase up?
Yeah, what's that?
That's what I had to go up every Tuesday night and knock on Paula's door.
Oh, she's that close?
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? She's right upstairs. Sometimes in the middle of the night, she'd slip notes under the door like "Happy Valentine's Day."
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is not upstairs, Pete. This is like a couple steps. Upstairs is something that's 13, 14 steps. This is five steps. One step looks like it's falling apart. She's basically living with you.
I said that unconditionally. You see the next photo there? That's you. Yeah, you see it right up there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, vacuum in there. I'd run the cord up there, and I told you we were practically living together, bro. It was crazy. Look at the next photo now. You see the next one? There's a tray.
Yeah,
that's what I'd keep my clothes on. I'd keep them folded on that, and you see in each corner there's a black square.
Yeah, what is that?
Those are roach traps. I put them in every corner.
Oh my god!
And I do a rotation about every 2-3 months. I'd replace them. Yeah, but I didn't see any roaches, so I don't know if that was preventative or if I was just like cleaning up.
Well, I mean, you're basically inviting them in your house with the traps. They probably weren't even there, but they're like, man, what's going on over here? You're bringing them out.
I don't know, man. I saw something that looked like a roach, and I bugged out, which leads me to the next photo. This is an interesting one. You see that pole?
Yeah.
Okay, now I would lean my bed up against that pole, so like at least I would, my bed wouldn't slide all over. That pole, the tile job of the pole going into the floor was done so poorly that there were huge gaps, and I saw a bug come up one time through the pipe. So I had to duct tape the pipe to keep bugs from getting through the tile.
I mean,
this might be an edit, bro. You're making me feel bad.
Well, this is why if you would have shown me... Listen, if they're showing me the apartment and they open up the 2 doors and there's a boiler in the room that I'm going to be sleeping in, I go, you got anything else I can look at? Like, that's a deal breaker right off the bat. The hot water and the boy. I'm out. Done.
It was brutal.
Right?
I know. Well, where am I going? No, I have to work every day, all day. I was like, yeah.
Well, it's just that if I would have saw these when you first started living there, I could have helped you out and like. I mean, do you show?
Help me out, what, bro? I got a lot of money in the bank.
No, I understand that, but I would have said, listen, Pete, maybe you should consider spending an extra $500 a month. Like I want to see where the other writers are living. That's what I mean. You should have this on a slideshow the next time you go in and go, guys, where are you at? Because this is. Are we doing this again next year? Same thing.
Nah, it's already taken. No, I wouldn't go back there anyway. But I'm literally I'm thinking about a pop-up camp. I don't even know if I'm going back. There's a lot going on. But anyway, these photos here. What I want to say, though, is in the morning I would go to my gym. I only showered here like 3 times to my credit, always with flip-flops. Not that the gym is any better, right? What the fuck? But it made me, I'm like, go to the gym. What are you going to do, sit here and this shit? Come on. So this is interesting. You see the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's your Delta blanket. I'll use it as a shower floor mat.
Well, hold on.
Oh yeah, Delta Blue. It's a Delta blanket, first class. You're stealing the blankets of my first class Delta seat and using them as shower mats.
Oh my God, man. Lou, are you as shocked as I am?
I mean, I'm in a different tax bracket than both of you, but but either way, it's like he's camping all year round.
Bro, I wish I was in a tent.
This ain't having to do anything with tax brackets. People who are on welfare ain't stealing blankets off the plane. This is trash. This is.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I'm basically down in the church basement with a cup of coffee, telling you guys I got a drinking problem, and you're calling me a drunk guy. That's not how this works. This is an intervention. We're helping me through this.
Yeah, well, in order for me to help you, I got to literally find out what. Yeah. Now, I don't even know if you noticed this. You have toilet paper on the toilet itself, right? But even the toilet paper looks stolen.
Well, I want it. Yeah. Well, I mean, stolen is like that's an interesting word. I mean,
well, I tell you why.
Taken from work.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that a little more classy?
I do that because the cylinder is industrial. You don't find that larger cylinder at Target.
Well, you know what I did the first week. I'd get out late, and it's also, man, I don't want to stop at CVS at 10 o'clock at night and get out of the dumb Subaru, so there's a little of that too, but I would take a couple of rolls of TP from the cabinet, and then I'm like, man, one day I'm going to forget, and then I'm not going to have any TP, so I said, fuck it, I took the donut tire, the industrial.
Yeah, I mean, that thing belongs at the airport.
Spare tire. Yeah, it's a spare, and I wanted that to be a trivia game. I thought I'd send somebody a T-shirt if they can guess in 8 months how many industrial size toilet paper rolls one grown man goes through. And keep in mind, I wasn't there on weekends.
Oh my God. Yeah, man, we got to get this out there.
Yeah, so that roll originally is like the size of the toilet seat, man.
Yeah, the roll is huge. It's like one of these. You could literally put the roll on your arm and just take toilet paper from your arm.
That's funny. I would put my fist in it, and then with my free hand, I do a roll until I got what I needed, put it back. Bro, it is nice to know you just got endless TP. That is a nice feeling. I mean, all right, so, the plot thickens, man. So you see the shower, as I said, about 3 times in that puppy. Hot water, good pressure, can't deny that. Do you see now the next photo? Do you see the shower head coming out of the wall?
Yeah.
Did Magoo do the tile jobs on this fucking thing? Look at that guy.
Yeah,
look at the gap
coming out. It's like a. Yeah, there's no like what would you call it? Yeah, craftsmanship or like nothing's flush. Everything's hanging.
I would say honestly, by the time I was 14 years old, I could do a better job than this.
Yeah, this is shoddy work. Then there's some weird like rust that's
in the shower.
Yeah, it's not, and then the basin of the shower looks like it's got a film of dirt on it.
Dude, she's been renting for like 30 years in a nasty neighborhood to less than desirables. I guarantee you blood has flown on that fucking shower floor. Absolutely. Look at the corner crack of the next one. How do you rent knowing that's there, right? Wouldn't you scrub the shit out of that?
Yeah, well,
or do you just say $1,000?
I mean, there's guys like you out there that go, yeah, this is lovely.
I know. I'm an idiot. I mean, she's literally upstairs reading my credits, going written by Pete Correale at 8 o'clock. And she's like, he's fucking down there. He's right down there. Holy shit.
It's on CBS. And he's down in the basement with the boiler.
Oh, my God. Oh. This is the 2 things that almost made me move with a boiler. 3 things. The first time I thought I saw a roach. And then I did a Google image, and I don't think it was a roach, so I put all those traps and kind of settled down. The second time was the boiler. I was really angry, but I was like, yeah, I ain't moving. It was only $1,000. I'll do earplugs. But that made me really angry. But this third one, you see the toilet where it meets the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, bro, this, I think, may have taken about 4 or 5 months off my life. I really felt like I got sick a couple times, and I thought it was that. The toilet isn't sealed, all right, to the floor. And, on Long Island, everything is well water. And I grew up out there, I know. So when there would be high tide, sometimes our cesspool would come up high. And so depending on the tide and stuff, I'd come home, and sometimes my whole apartment would smell like shit.
Oh, God.
And I couldn't take it, dude. And I bought those big candles, and I'd burn them 24. There's another trivia. How long does a Yankee candle, one of those big ones, burn if you keep it going nonstop? And it was just a constant battle between my Yankee candle and that shit smell. And then I'd be in there, and it would smell like shit. And then the boiler would go on, and then I'd see a bug, and I'm like, Yeah. Keep writing. Keep it real. Keep it real.
Does your wife say
She don't give a
anything?
shit. I could lay in a puddle of shit for 4 days. She wouldn't. No. She's like, it's fine. It's what she's like me, man. It's just like, you suck it up. You do what you got to do. I'd rather have the extra money in my pocket to spend on my kid, man. That's just...
I get it.
I know, dude. Yeah. And I tell you, man, the day I left there, I'm about to leave. Keep that going, Lou. And she slides a note under my door, just in case we don't get to say goodbye. It was great having you here. Keep in touch. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Did the POWs keep in touch? They really, does McCain send letters to the general? I don't want to obviously disrespect the soldiers.
No,
poor taste,
this is
but
a comedy show, bro.
Yeah.
Believe me, the soldiers would understand.
at least they got warm rice. So that's that, man. I'm out. I'm back in my beautiful house. Going to Florida tomorrow. That was my hell. That was my nom. I got my script from it, which I look forward to. Me and Pete Hoare wrote, and it's really good, and it was worth it. But next year, I'm thinking about a van
Down by the river.
I'm thinking about a pop-up camper. Like I said, assume I'll go back. I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting, I feel like I got a little Doug Stanhope in me or something.
I think you do, man.
No, he's the trailblazer of just doing whatever.
Oh man, that's so. Yeah, guys, if you're tuning in here and you're wondering what we're talking about, please go to the Pete and Sebastian Show Facebook page, and there's 11 pictures there posted already. If you wanna start looking at this travesty that Pete lived in for 8 months.
Every night I had a ritual, dude. I would light a candle in the bathroom, make sure that was going, unplug the fridge, put on my little earplugs, and then, I'd have to dangle a shirt over the stove because there was a bright thing that told you the time, and I'd also have to dangle a shirt over my internet connection to keep that down from being too bright, and then I'd finally lay down, and I just couldn't wait to be time to get up. I couldn't wait.
Oh, thank God you're back.
I think that's why I was drinking some beers, man, because some nights
I would have been drinking harder stuff than beers, man.
Oh, man. And then I tell you that one night that there's a big black guy living next door on the other side of the door, and his phone was vibrating all night. Like it kept going. Doo, doo. So I go, it was like from 5 o'clock to like 6:30. So I knock on his door, and he goes, "Yo, what's up?" And I go, "What's up, dude? Can you turn your phone off or your beeper?" And he goes, "Yo, I ain't got no motherfucking beeper." I go, "Well, something's been fucking vibrating all night, dude." He goes, "Yo, ain't no." I go, "Something's vibrating all night, bro, and it's driving me crazy." And then as soon as I said that, Paula comes down. She's like, "He's right. It's me and Rod can't sleep. It's your phone. You have it on vibrate." My fucking phone. And then about 2 months later, I have it on recording, but it didn't come out good. The guy, Rod, I'm in my apartment. All of a sudden, I hear him knocking on that dude's door. And he goes, that's it, man. You fucking out of here. You fucking out of here. Who the fuck are you two yelling at? And then you're smoking cigarettes in here, and I'm sick. And you're smoking weed all day on my front lawn. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? He said it like that, and the guy goes, oh, no. He goes, it's been 3 years. Just get your shit, get the fuck out. I'm done with it. And then I'm driving to work the next day, and my phone rings, and I answered Paula, and she's like, oh, I don't know if you heard last night. We didn't mean to wake you up, and Rod's kicking James out. I'm like, holy shit, what am I doing here?
Who the hell's living upstairs? Gloria from All in the Family?
No, that's Paula. Yeah, she used to be the house cleaner for Twisted Sister.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, gee.
Hey, Lou, can we get Gloria from All in the Family and maybe do a side-by-side on this voice that Pete's got?
It's more like Edith.
Archie!
Nice to know that you're out of that hellhole.
Yeah, in my own bed every night now. Fantastic.
Now, this is the place that I was telling you about. It's real fucked up. Got just one window facing a brick wall. Used to rent it to a blind man.
You can go right now to the Facebook page, The Pete and Sebastian Show, and see all these photos. It's a virtual slideshow, guy.
Damn shame what they did to that dog.
We will take the room.
Woo! Shake it off, baby.
Shake
Another
it
day
off,
in the
shake
life.
it off. Shake
So what's
that
up?
off.
How's the book going? Tomorrow I'm going to be in JFK Airport, and I know we spoke earlier. I spoke to Jackie. She's like, that book is definitely going to be on display out front, man.
No, it's not going to be on display, and I'll tell you why. I've been to 2 or 3 airports so far, and the book is in the humor section, and it's not even facing out. It's just like a library, just tucked in.
Really?
And I found out that those new releases, that real estate up there, they got to pay for that. You just don't get put up there if you're a new release. The publisher's got to pay for the space.
Really?
So, based on this being my first book and the deal that we worked out, I don't think there was any money for a book placement. So, of course, I went into the place and we took the books from where they were and we put it on a new release stand.
I love it.
But when you're in JFK tomorrow, if you see a couple books, move them where they should be.
I will. I think. Oh, you know what? Listen, any of the listeners, and we have an address here to contact us. We're getting serious about stuff, and this is a good thing to do right here with this. You're in an airport, you see Sebastian's book, you take a couple copies, you stand them up, open them up so they stand on their open side, and put them up there and block out the latest fucking stupid James Patterson novel that he didn't even write. He just slapped his name on. All right?
I agree. Let's get an army out there. If you're at a Barnes & Noble, if you're at the airport, put the book where it should be on the new releases table. But I do have, and I don't know if I said this last week, it did not reach the bestseller list in regards to the New York Times. However, it is a national bestseller. Publisher Weekly has published the book in their top 25. I came in at 20. So the next print that we do, we could put national bestseller on the cover.
Wow, man. That's very cool.
So
And that's what you do, too. You see a book, you're like, is this any good? And then you go, oh, it's got the little national bestseller. Everyone must be reading this thing.
Yeah, it's nice. So, yeah, I'm still doing promo on the book tonight, which is Tuesday night. I'll go into the Grove here in Los Angeles to do another book signing. It's the third and final one. This is going to air on Friday, but I'll be on Conan Wednesday. You could pick that up online if you want to take a look at that. And here's something that kind of was a little frightening. I did the shows over the weekend in my hometown of, Rosemont, Illinois. That's about 20 minutes from Chicago. And Sunday, my father got the doorbell rang and opened the door, and there's 4 women on his porch. Happened to be fans of mine, and asked my father if if he was my dad, and they brought food, and my dad invited him in. So I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? And he goes, yeah, I had the food. It was some arancini, those rice balls. I go, and I don't know about you, but if I get food from like a fan, that's a nice gesture, but it's in the garbage as soon as they leave.
I mean, what are you going to do? You can't trust anyone.
Yeah,
It
right.
just is what it is.
And my dad's eating this shit. I go, what are you doing? He goes, yeah, they were good people. I could tell. I sold them 2 books. He sold them 2 books.
Oh, whoa. They come to your dad's house with food to see their fans, and then he doesn't just give them the books?
No, 20
He
bucks.
does
20 bucks a piece.
Must have been cash, too, because he doesn't have a credit card machine.
Of course not. It was 20 cash. Because I gave him 2 boxes of books because he wanted them because he wants to sell them at the salon.
Oh, did you sign them?
Yeah, I signed them. So he's got signed books. And he's got a display at the salon right next to the gel and hairspray.
I love it. I'm telling you, if I lived in Chicago, can we plug the hair salon just for the book? I would much rather buy the book at your dad's hair salon than go into Barnes and Noble or wherever. How authentic would that be?
Oh yeah, he's signing it too. He's like I said, he's been signing the book as well, like he wrote it.
Lou, if you were buying Eddie Vedder's autobiography, would you rather go to a bookstore to get it, or if Eddie Vedder's mom was selling him on a porch in Seattle?
Oh yeah, I want to meet the mom.
Of course you would. Throwing a haircut on top of that the whole time he cuts the hair, he tells you about his son? What the fuck?
That is cool.
The haircut's 20 for 30. I tell you stories about Sebastian when he was growing up.
Oh my God! So this guy's loving every minute of this.
Of course, it's great. He's proud. It's awesome.
Oh man, he comes to the shows, and my mom even outside the theater, people taking photos with her. It's she loved it. It was like a reunion. I gotta tell you, man, my 2nd grade and 4th grade teacher came to the show, and I got to see them, and it was wild, man. I haven't seen them since I left 2nd and 4th grade, and to see them now, they came. One of them had the John Jay. I went to John Jay Elementary School. They had the sweatshirt on, and it was during the meet and greet. And I said, "Hey, everybody, these are my elementary school teachers." And then they went off. They were like, "He was such a good student, and his mother was fantastic with the PTA."
Oh my goodness, dude. That must have been right down memory lane. I don't even know if I remember my 2nd grade teacher. I guess Mrs. Kinsley, yeah.
But would you recognize her, you think, if she came up to you?
No way, man.
I didn't recognize her. She looked at me, and she looked at me like we saw each other last weekend. That's how she looked at me. She goes, with those wide eyes and that kind of like open arms, like, "Hey, it's me." And I looked at her, I go, "Were you in Milwaukee?" She goes, "Milwaukee?" A 2nd grade teacher, Miss Carlin. I go, "Oh my God." So, yeah, it was so nice to see them. It was like really, I got to tell you, man, this going home thing is a little hectic. I'm not really, it's a lot, man. It's like a wedding. You're hosting, your people are coming back, and meet and greet and whatnot. By the way, speaking of schools,
Yeah.
what's his name came to the show. And I don't know if we talked about this earlier on the cast, but the Jimmy Garoppolo. He is the quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah.
He was Tom Brady's backup. And then they traded him, and then he went like 6-0 for the Niners. And then they gave him like the highest paid contract in the league. I think he's making $138 million. Went to my high school, the guy.
Garoppolo went to your high school?
Garoppolo went to my high school. And I even told him backstage, I go, when the hell did Rolling Meadows High School start pumping out NFL talent because when I was there, it sucked. Like our school, when it came to football, we got our ass wiped. And then this guy is now the quarterback for the 49ers. So he came with his entire family, his mother, beautiful mother, it was her birthday. And let me ask you this, now that there's a book out. Like, I just got wind that it was his mother's birthday, so I gave her a signed copy of the book. What do you think on that? If you had a book, would you be giving out as a gift? Or?
Well, who'd you give it to? Garoppolo's mom?
Yeah, I go, this is for you. Here's your happy birthday. It took me back to, remember I told you the guy I did the corporate gig for, and he came out with his book?
Yeah.
So where are we on the book as just a gesture now? Or you think that's, hey, read about me?
Nah, I think listen, man, they're there because they're fans of you. So, it's about you that night. I got a book. Yeah, take the book home. If you put it on the shelf and don't read it, whatever, But hey, it's a nice gesture.
I don't care if she reads it. I'm just saying, I want to know the etiquette on giving out your own book.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. Now, did you take a photo with Garop?
Yeah,
because
I got it. It's up on the socials. This guy's stunning.
I was gonna say I saw a Google image. I'll tell you the reason he got traded. He was better looking than Tom Brady, and that was a problem.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you think Brady said get rid of Garoppolo? He's stunning.
Dude, every time Brady looked up at Giselle, she was looking at the sidelines. It was becoming a problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, come on. And then what does he do? He goes over to 49ers and he's 6-0. It's like there's no room. There's no room for two Tom Bradys in New England. And this is what this guy is. He's becoming a West Coast version.
Oh yeah, no, this is the Italian Tom Brady, man. He is definitely got the talent to play quarterback, and he's got the looks to sell product.
Don't you think guys like Garoppolo, just for the sake of the game, during every huddle, they should have to take their helmet off just so everyone can get a glimpse? Just take the helmet off, call the play, put the helmet back on. Nobody else, just Garoppolo.
If I was Garoppolo, I would go, listen, do you mind if I just play the game with my helmet off?
Oh, no, come on. What are we going to do? That's like moving a Picasso without packing it, guy. We got to take care of that face, right?
You're right. Listen, if you were to do it once, they said, listen, you could take your helmet off once a game on the field. Where would you do it? How would you?
Well, it's off for the national anthem. That's off, right? That's no matter what.
Yeah, it's off. But I'm talking about during the game.
Every time. If I'm on defense, it would be after a sack. I'd take it off, let everyone get a good look-see. If it was offense, it would be after a touchdown. I'd just take it off. I'd take it off, and I'd just sit on it and smile. Like a little
sit
bench.
On the helmet in the end zone.
Wouldn't that be better than a halftime show if Garoppolo just sat on his helmet at this in midfield? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous when these athletes are great, the best, and then they take the helmet off, and they got this too. Because it's like Larry Bird. I knew I'd never be as good as him, but whatever. I'm always winning when we're both looking in the mirror, guy. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you see your athlete, you're like, whatever, so he's a big football star. Fuck him. And then he takes his helmet off, and you're like, oh, God, he could do cologne ads.
Once I hurt my knee trying to make a tackle that a lot of people thought I shouldn't have been trying to make. Well, let me tell you, if you put that uniform on, you're supposed to be a football player, and you've got to be ready to go all the way. That's just the way I am. I guess that's why I use Brute. I like the smell. I like the way it works. The way it lasts.
Brute by Fabergé. After the game, after anything, Brute goes all the way.
If you're not going to go all the way, man, I mean, why go at all?
And you bring up a good point with the sitting on the helmet. I thought that was a big thing in the 70s or 80s. Remember when guys used to sit on their helmet on the sideline? I don't see that often.
No, man, I don't see
the helmet as a seat.
I don't. You don't see you don't see a lot of what they used to do, man. Remember they used to do the stick 'em on the arms? Lester the Molester, Hayes, cornerback for the Oakland Raiders.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he had so much stick 'em on him, man. Just loaded up with that goo. Yeah. So anyway, Garoppolo, man, wow, that's huge, dude.
Garoppolo. So I'm thinking, we were kind of joking, me and Lana, about this. Do I got to call up Watt and go, hey, listen, if you see the photo of me and Garoppolo, don't get concerned, you know?
Oh, bro, I literally almost just said Watt's good looking too. I'm right there with you, dude. Don't let him think we're cheating. We're not cheating, Watt. We would never cheat, guy. We are loyal to the end.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You know, I mean, look, I'm just saying, if Garoppolo's scrambling and Watt's going after him, I want Watt to get the sack every time. But I just don't want Garoppolo to get hurt, though. Not even just scuffed up.
She's been walking 30 miles in a rooster bar, paid to meet a brown-eyed handsome man. Her destination was a brown-eyed handsome man.
The Pete and Sebastian Show.
Good weekend in Chicago. Good to be back in Los Angeles.
That's cool. All these people, the mayor of Chicago, Garoppolo. I mean, let's not forget Lady Gaga. Holy
Lady
cow,
Gaga.
man. The Radio City, the taping of that show.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Pete
So
Correale.
Pete's going to be there. There's going to be some surprise guests at that one.
Oh, really? That's going to be fun. I can't wait. Have a good time.
Just a little teaser here for the fans. Yeah. April 21st, actually all 3 nights, I have a surprise performance at all 3 shows.
Is it same person?
Same. I can't. It's the same entertainment all 3 nights.
Wow.
And it's something that you would never expect.
Wow. Cool, man.
So it's going to be oh, wow.
Is that the surprise?
You know, I like where your head's at, Lou.
Right.
Couldn't get him, but
It's a music guy.
I like where your head's at. Do you even know who this is, Pete?
Pavarotti?
Oh, man.
Oh, it's Bocello.
Bocello,
yeah. But isn't he, didn't he fall off his horse or something recently?
He did.
Yeah, he did. He did. He fell off his horse, and...
I mean, come on. I don't know. Again, when we have Zach Guido all lined up, we can say what show it was that we discussed when you went to the concert, the one-time-year concert that Bocello does. And he comes on his horse, blind.
I'm still getting over his new name, Bocello.
What's his name?
Bocelli.
Bocelli. And that great story about how he rides off on his horse after the show, and he's blind. So, I mean, you know, you knew that wasn't going to have a happy ending, right? I mean,
well,
eventually
you knew something was going to happen. It's like the crocodile hunter, you know?
Yeah, man, galloping blind. Come on. I hope he's all right, though. Dude, yeah, wow. The show is going to be fantastic. I'm big time looking forward to it. I'm going a day early into the city. I was going to do a jog around Central Park with Jackie. But, dude, I just have to say, you know, once in a while we talk about the wives. Today I go to work out with her, and we've been working out a couple of days together now. So we do, at the end of our workout, we're going to do the treadmill, and I do 2 miles, and she's like, oh, I'm just going to keep going a little bit. I go, and we had separate cars because I had to go get Sadie at school. So I meet her later on. She comes on, well, she did 16 miles. What? On a
treadmill?
Yeah. She does
16 miles.
Once a week. Like 3 times a week, she'll do 6 or 7. And then once a week, she'll do like 13. And then today, she's like, I just said the heck with it. I did 16. 16?
16? It's like we're talking a marathon. How long did it take?
Well, it takes a little under, about 2, because the treadmill only is programmed for an hour. So at an hour, you got to reset it. I go, even the treadmill's telling you to get the fuck off.
Oh, my God.
16. Yeah, I'm very proud of her. She's a machine.
So 2 hours to do 16, huh?
Yeah, but you know, She'll be the first to tell you the elements are easier on the treadmill too. As far
I don't
as
give a shit what it is. It's 16 miles is 16 miles. So I've never seen anybody. Believe me, if I walked into the gym and I saw your wife on the treadmill, and then an hour later I walked out and saw your wife on the treadmill, then got in my car, went home, which takes about 15 minutes, and forgot I left my phone at the gym, and she was still on. I go, what the fuck's wrong with this lady?
This is after working out for about 40 minutes with weights. It's like, what are we doing, man? It's really something, man. But that's
wow.
She puts Sadie in school and she hits it, man. She goes to the gym. She likes it. There was a woman there, too, that, she's working out hard. And I can tell, she's overweight. I'm just being honest. And Jackie goes, I'm telling you, Pete, she was 1/3 more than that at one point. And she goes, and she came in here and she just started working it. I don't know, I don't know her from anything, but I just watched it from a distance and just just unbelievable. One day, it just seemed like, boom, it's like dropped, it's gone. She goes, and now I can see in that woman's eyes, she's got the eye of the tiger because she's seen it drop. So now she's going for it all.
You had that eye of the tiger, man, the edge.
It's exciting when you see people lose weight. And my wife, she goes, it's fun to go up to them and say, hey, man, I just have to say I noticed. It makes people feel good,
Oh, absolutely. If you see somebody in the gym breaking their ass and they're losing weight, and if you just do a simple, hey, you look really good. I've noticed that you've really been working hard in here. That gives that person so much more confidence and energy to come back again and even work harder. You don't even know what that does to somebody. I mean, it's happened to myself. I'm like, when people go, man, would you lose some weight? And I'm like, yeah, damn right. And then we're going to go back in tomorrow and lose some more.
I think it's time for 2-a-days, man. Yeah, you're right, bro. That's great. That's funny. So you got to go sign away, right?
Yeah, I got to go sign away. So I'd like to thank the listeners for tuning in. We're at 111, which I don't. Have we ever been up that high?
No.
No. Okay, so we're at a 111. Things are cooking here at the Pete and Sebastian Show. Just one plug. April 15th at the Coliseum in Las Vegas. Get your tickets at SebastianLive.com. Pete is now off the show. It's on hiatus. He has a couple dates that are coming up, I know.
Yeah. Well, I'm playing Helium May 3rd, 4th, and 5th in Buffalo. So a couple people texted me. You just go to helium.com and you click on my date and you can buy tickets right there. And then I'm doing some dates with Regan. April 13th will be in Birmingham at the BJCC Performing Arts Center. The 14th in North Charleston, Charleston, South Carolina, at the North Charleston PAC Center. And then the 15th at the Peace Concert Hall in Greenville, South Carolina. That's opening for Regan, doing about 25 minutes. And the last thing I want to say, dude, we're going to get the Pete and Sebastian mailbag going again. That was a big hit. So what we're going to do is, this is where you send anything from stories to mailbag questions to photos. You want to contact us, you can go, this is the email, pnsmailbag@gmail.com. pnsmailbag@gmail.com. We're going to get back into reading. We're going to have Sebastian. We'll do some screening, sending you some letters, Sebastian. We'll read them on air. That's too much fun.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic to me. Looking forward to the mailbag and looking forward to some new things coming up this summer on the Pete and Sebastian Show. I want to thank everybody for listening. Again, share it with your friends and family. We are cooking our way up the charts.
The show has ended.
Those are roach traps. I put them in every corner.
Oh my God!
And I do a rotation about every 2-3 months. I'd replace them.